誰だこいつら。
Adventurers who don't believe in humanity will save the world. So we are going to dub this anime specifically the anime of potential. There is a lot of potential here. So should you watch it? Should this be on your schedule? Well, again, I'm going to say this is the anime of potential. There's a lot of potential here. There is a lot of reasons why this potentially could be on your list of things to watch, simply based off of episode 1 having a really, really good showing. Now, the nature of it is we're in winter 2023, and there is anime that are continuing, like Eminence in Shadow, My Hero Academia Season 6. We have, let's not get the Girls in the Dungeon. We can't forget about the Girls in the Dungeon. We have Vinland Saga 2. We have By the Grace of the Gods. And there is just a ton of anime, right? We have Nagatoro coming back. We have a new Farming Life, Spy Classroom. The list simply goes on and on and on. And winter 2023 is just stacked. So on a Tuesday, do you have time to fit another anime, an adventuring fantasy anime, in your list? Well, let me talk a little bit about it. Let me see if we can convince you if you should watch it or not. Now, for me personally, if you stop watching the video here, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to catch this anime when I am able to, because I think, like I said, there is a lot of potential here that really spoke to me for some very specific reasons. Now, so am I going to watch it? The answer is yes, but I'm not going to watch it weekly. I'm going to watch it in spurts when I can. I'll probably let a couple episodes stack up, and then I'll kind of watch it from there on, seemingly when I'm able to, because like I said, there is some specific things here that call to me specifically as a viewer that may call to you as well. Now, this specific anime is brought to us by Studio Geek Toys. If you're not familiar with them, they do the series Date Alive. They did the most recent season of Date Alive. They've done Plunderer. They've done Hensuki, Are You Willing to Fall in Love with a Pervert, which I actually really, really like that one quite a bit. And then they did Date a Bullet quite a long time ago. Not a big fan of that one. There's a couple of movies that they came out with, but the main ones here is they did Date Alive and they did Plunderer, which I thought Plunderer was okay, but then Hensuki I thought was really, really good. Now, the reason that I'm bringing that up is because I think the humor is really good here. So this is essentially following a guy named Nick, and his party gets disbanded, okay? And he gets kicked out of a party, and when he not only got kicked out of a party, he also got broken up with by his girlfriend. At this point, he's basically down in the dumps, and some random girl comes to kind of like see him as like a stray dog kind of thing. She hands him a ticket to an idol show. This seemingly put Nick down a path of the idols. He is now one of the guys that grabs those little glow sticks and shakes them at idols. He now has an idol addiction. So what do you have to do if you have an idol addiction? Well, you need a lot of money to go and buy merchandise, to go and buy tickets and all these things. So now he has to be an adventurer. He has to do what he didn't want to do to fund the thing that he does want to do, which is simply go all in on the idol life. I think that is pretty funny. This also follows a couple of other people he ends up meeting in a bar, the Adventurers Guild bar, that involve a mage, a priest, and then a dragon newt, like a dragon girl. And the mage specifically is somebody who has RBF, like resting bitch face, essentially. And she essentially scares off everybody. She even got kicked out of an academy, and because she was so good at her job, she was so good at being a mage, she was constantly praised and lifted up as like the gem of the academy, that's the school that she went to for magic. Because of that, she had a fiance who basically he had little D syndrome. I'll let you fill in what the D is. And because of that, he felt really insignificant. So he broke off their marriage. She got kicked out of school. All these things ended up happening. Her life got ruined in shambles by this thing. And she ended up finding, a new town to live in. And she found a new addiction, which was gambling. So she now has a gambling addiction. Okay, that's funny. What you have to do to support your gambling addiction? You gotta work. So now she has to be an adventurer. Then we have the dragon girl. They didn't go too much into her, but essentially she was just something precious was taken away from her. We're going to find out more about that later, so that's a little nugget. And the last guy, the one I get with the most, a priest. Basically, the priest's story is he was a priest in the town. He was going to be promoted to like a high priest. A girl fell in love with him. A younger girl fell in love with him. She really wanted to be with him. He can't do that because he's a priest. And he basically says, no, it cannot happen. So she gets back at him by saying that he did certain things to her, which he did not do, which got him thrown into jail, taking his priesthood away. Basically, his whole life was in the shambles. But instead, he found the road of debauchery, and he ended up going down the road of women, and he found the comfort in them, and he is now the player of players, which he infinitely just permanently smells like perfume now. So, of course, you know, to court the ladies, you got to make a little cheddar as well, so now he has to be an adventurer as well. And this story is going to follow these 4 people basically getting together and at some point saving the world in some kind of crazy adventure party theme that it has. So that's why I said at the beginning, like, this really suits my taste because it has comedy, a very dumb premise to it. You have an addicted to idol, addicted to gambling, addicted to women, and somebody, you know, the dragon one, we need to find out more, but she's a drunk. So that there's that too. So we have a lot of comedy potential here. And then you have a storyline that's going to kind of push it forward of they're eventually, these 4 idiots are going to save the world, essentially, which I find that pretty funny as well. So overall, I would say if you have the time, definitely fit this in your ensemble of anime you're going to watch. Again, I would probably say let this stack up 2 or 3 episodes. This is one of those rough ones to really say. We have a bunch of established anime that are going to be really, really asking us for our time and that are going to really be worth watching. And for us to make time to watch this as well in tandem with all these other amazing anime, there's like 20 plus amazing winter anime coming here. I just don't think that we can really carve out the time for this every week. But I do think if you can stop by every few weeks, watch a few episodes, get some funnies in, I think there's a lot of potential here. And this could end up being a favorite, but probably best in a binge fashion, not every single week. At least that's my personal opinion. But did you watch episode 1? Let me know what you guys thought. I would definitely be interested down in the comments below. But so should you watch it? I say yes, but just not weekly. This one definitely blew me away, and I found our first winter anime very surprising, and I actually was very pleased with the direction it's going down. And actually, like, if I didn't already have my anime set for what we're going to watch this season, I might even fit this into a weekly review session, but I'm not going to. This will be the only video here. I hope to come back to this video later on and say, hey, this was an amazing anime, or this ended up sucking. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. And are you going to watch Adventurers Who Don't Believe in Humanity Will Save the World? All right, I'll see you in the next one. Winter has begun. I'll see you in the winter. Peace.